Hello and welcome to the Import Export Hub channel, everybody. Boring Bogdan here, your host for the next 10 minutes or so. Thanks for joining me. And guys, without prolonging too much this intro, let's dive into the data here in order to see together the 5 products that are worth exporting towards Hungary. And I will begin with the first one, which is coming from heading 3302. So mixtures for beverage production, and we see that in 2021 Hungary's imports amounted to some $198 million, with Germany here, Ireland and France as the main partners, which were followed by others like, I don't know, Austria, the United States or Denmark, to name just a few from this top 10 list. But obviously the first 3 are the most important ones, with almost 80% share in Hungary's overall imports from this heading, so quite concentrated if you ask me. Now, relative to the year-on-year changes, we have here a 9% contraction in relative terms, which is almost $19 million in absolute ones, with Germany and the United States having the biggest contraction in absolute terms, while France had the biggest absolute positive change of about $8 million. As for the main drivers here from this heading, for both the United States and Ireland, we have the same subheading, 330210, so mixtures for the use in the food and drink industries. Moving now to my second recommendation for you guys, we have here heading 9608, ballpoint pens and other writing instruments, with 2021 bouncing back to pre-pandemic levels, some $25 million worth of imports, with Germany, China and France as the main partners, which were followed by others like Poland, Japan or the Czech Republic, again to mention just a couple from this top 10 list. But again, we see that relative to the concentration, we have here quite a large one, with the first 2 partners alone accounting for roughly 47-48% in Hungary's overall imports from this heading. Now, in what concerns the year-on-year changes, the imports were positive, some $3 million more imports in 2021 than in 2020, with impressive figures, if you ask me, coming from Germany and Indonesia, the latter increasing its exports towards Hungary with some 1,300%. Now, for the main import drivers, we see that for both Japan and Indonesia, we have the same subheading, 960810. So we are talking here about ballpoint pens. Jumping now to my third recommendation, we have here heading 5603. Nonwovens, whether or not impregnated, coated, covered or laminated, with a nice upward trend from 2019 onwards at least. And for 2021, the reference year, if you want, for this video, Hungary's imports amounted to some $117 million, with Germany, China and Italy as the main partners, which were followed by others like Poland, France or Denmark, the latter exporting towards Hungary $2.3 million worth of goods from this particular heading. Now, relative to the year-on-year changes, we have 12.5% positive change, some $13 million more imports in absolute terms, and we see that on the contraction side, the Czech Republic and Slovenia had the largest ones, while on the expansion side, Germany, China and also Italy were the top performers for 2021, all with figures above the $6 million mark. Now, in terms of the main drivers from this heading, we have 2 consecutive subheadings, 560312 for Italy and 560311 for the Czech Republic. And guys, in case you're wondering, the big difference here between these 2 subheadings lies in their weight. per square meter. Anyhow, moving now to my fourth recommendation. Bear with me a little bit longer, guys. I know it's tough following me. And we have here heading 9403, furniture and parts thereof, excluding here the medical, surgical, dental, or veterinary furniture. And we see that from 2017 onwards, Hungary's imports increased constantly, bringing the overall imports from this heading to almost $480 million for 2021, with Poland, Germany, and China as the main partners, which were followed by other big furniture exporters like, I don't know, Italy, Romania, or Spain, again, to name a couple. In what concerns the year-on-year changes, in relative terms, we have almost 20% expansion, while in absolute terms, we have some $79 million, with almost all the top 10 partners registering a positive dynamic, except for the Czech Republic, who had an insignificant, let's face it, 0.37% contraction. Now, relative to the main drivers, it seems that for 2021, wooden furniture drove most of Hungary's imports from Poland, while from Austria we have here subheading 940390. So we're talking about parts of furniture. And now, guys, my fifth and last recommendation for you, it's coming from heading 8424, mechanical appliances, fire extinguishers, spray guns, and similar articles. It's quite an extensive heading here, and we see that in 2021, Hungary's imports amounted to some $200 million from this heading, of course, with Germany here, Italy, and China as the main partners, which were followed by others like Poland, Belgium, or France, again, just to name a few from this top 10 list. In what concerns the import concentration, Germany and Italy dominate with almost 40% cumulative share. We see that all the top 10 partners registered positive changes in 2021 relative to the previous year, with Italy and China having the biggest absolute changes, some $8.6 million for Italy and $6.3 million for China, which is impressive if you ask me. As for the main drivers, it seems that steam or sandblasting machines drove most of Hungary's imports from Slovakia, while from the United States we have here subheading 2482, so we are talking about agricultural or horticultural mechanical appliances. And guys, with these being covered as well, thanks for watching. I really hope you've liked it. Don't forget to hit whatever button you like above or below this video. And as usual, until next time, keep your business safe. Thanks.